Welcome back to Jedi Enclave. I'm Daniel.
I am Chris.
And we're just two lonely nerds making our way in the universe. And you know what would really, really help us find our way a little bit better, Chris?
What is that, Daniel?
Is if the person watching this video liked our video, commented on it, subscribed, and showed us a little bit of love. What do you think?
I suspect those things would help us.
Me too. I'm not trying to guilt you. Don't do it if you don't want to. I mean, you're a dick if you don't, but that's not our thing.
I mean,
maybe it's your thing.
We're just out here trying to push our Winnebago across the cosmos, and your comments are like a little extra shove on our back.
Yep. So, on our way through the universe, we're stopping by Disney today.
Well, when are we not?
Yeah. More specifically, Disney World, because Hayden Christensen went to Disney World with his adorable fucking daughter.
Okay.
And oh my God, all of a sudden he's in Rise of Skywalker again.
I mean, good for them.
Yeah. And I've just every time something like this happens, Hayden Christensen shows his face anywhere. And
oh my God, it means Star Wars!
Yeah, he's in Star Wars, which, I think it's a 50-50 shot whether he is or not anyway.
I think he almost certainly is.
Yeah.
I think at some point they're going to have to reckon with the fact that Kylo Ren has spent the first two movies trying to be Darth Vader, and at some point it just makes sense to me to have the actual Darth Vader and show up and say, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing?"
He just winks in and is like, "Stop! I've been watching you for 3 movies, and son of a bitch,
you're embarrassing both of us. Just stop."
Yeah, there's a better way to be a bad guy. Jesus. That'd be funny though, is if he's like, "I'm not trying to put you to the light side, but this is how you be an evil murderous Sith Lord."
That's not exactly what I would expect.
I don't think
Anakin
so
Skywalker's Force Ghost to say.
Yeah,
but anyway.
Yeah, so he took his daughter to Disney World. They visited Galaxy's Edge. They built a lightsaber.
Good for them. I hope they had a good time. Yeah.
So the similar thing happened when there was a Comic-Con that he was scheduled to speak at, and Disney tried to nix it. And what I read was that they were trying to avoid the rumor mill spinning, but of course
that just got it spinning.
It's like whoever is in charge of that decision was an idiot.
So what I'm wondering here is Hayden Christensen really bad at keeping secrets? And he's actually in this movie, and he's been doing work in secret, and they don't want any word of that to get out. And they're afraid that if he went to this comic convention,
he would just blurt it.
Yeah, like somebody would ask him a question, and be like, "Yeah, I'm totally in the new Star Wars."
Oh, that's like my scene in Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I haven't heard anything about him being on set or near Pinewood Studios. Now, that doesn't mean anything because no one saw Frank Oz at Pinewood Studios for Last Jedi. They kind of smuggled him in a box with the original Yoda puppet and just threw him out. I don't even think Mark Hamill knew he was going to be there. It doesn't matter that we've gone off course here because Luke Skywalker is awesome. So is Anakin, I guess. But he was at Star Wars Celebration. That was something that people have been talking about because he was a Star Wars Celebration. I don't know.
Yeah, what's that about?
I don't think you're going to be able to guess. You're not going to find any proof for it because the NDAs they have these guys under are freakishly magical. And
you can't fart if it's Star Wars related, basically.
Yeah, or they get to kill your family.
Yeah.
And as we see, Hayden Christensen has a very cute little girl, so he's not going to...
He's not fucking around with that.
Like I said, I think... I wouldn't be surprised if he's not in it. If he is, it's got to be a pretty limited role because I think if they're going to do the Force Ghost thing, the Force Ghost that has to take the spotlight is Luke Skywalker, and for a couple of different reasons. One, because the very vocal part of the fan base that wasn't pleased about Last Jedi was most of them were just upset that Luke died at the end, I think. Mm-hmm. So I think they want to see more Luke, and I want to see more Luke too. You put him in the movie, that'd be great. So
there's a bunch of narrative reasons why Luke has to have a big role. He owes Rey one lesson.
Yeah.
He told Kylo he'd see him around, and
he promised it. That was almost like he almost signed a contract right there. He's like, "Fuck off! I'll be seeing you later."
Luke is absolutely keeping his promise there. I think the third one is that they're limited in what they can do with Leia because Carrie Fisher died.
Yep.
So I can't help but feel like Luke is going to fill some of that mentorship role that presumably they planned for Leia but can't do anymore.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I think for some reason there's a part of me that is predicting a scene where Luke Skywalker winks into existence in Force Ghost form, and then Anakin does, and then fucking Yoda, and then Qui-Gon Jinn. And then Mace Windu because Samuel Jackson will work for $3. Like, I don't think I've never heard of him turning work down. It's probably one of the reasons that he's such a famous actor is he does so much work.
I mean, it's the same thing with Nick Cage. He will act in just about anything.
Yeah, right. You know, when I say it, sometimes I think about it and I was like, God, that would be really cheesy. But at the same time, if it was done well, maybe it would be really touching.
The final battle. Rey is standing before Palpatine. She's kind of shivering because it's fucking Darth Sidious. He has this force lightning that all the ghosts come out. It's Luke and Anakin and Yoda and Mace Windu and Obi-Wan. They all just like kind of transfer their chi to Rey, and she's like, yeah, I can do this, and she cuts Darth Sidious in half. Roll crap.
Well, what I want to see is that's actually really funny. Similar predicament that she's in, and like you see Rey's face, and then you hear a voice somewhere in the room, you don't know where it is. It says "on your left," and then like Doctor Strange shows up. That's how you tie like Avengers to. I'm kidding.
Oh God!
It would have to be something like that. I think for it, it would have to have this like really incredible impact on the story, and they would have to do it in a way where they were 100% sure it didn't come off as like total camp. Or like total cheese.
For sure.
And there are ways to do it, I think, that would be really cool. So anyway, let us know what you think. Do you think Anakin will be in Rise of Skywalker? Do you want him to be? Do you not want him to be?
What do you envision him doing if he is?
Yeah, that would be that's the big question. I think that we could really speculate on because he could be there in a lot of different roles.
So speculate. That's what the comments are for.
Yeah. Follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and our podcast, which has extended conversations between me and Chris. We're really just talking about me getting you to watch things that I've seen that you haven't seen.
Yeah.
We're our podcast is on Apple Podcasts, Google Play,
SoundCloud, and Spotify.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, we'll see you on the next one, and always remember.
The ability to speak does not make you intelligent. Now get out of here.